Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video. I just wanted to discuss something here that's kind of interesting. It pertains to the nature of Star Wars fans in this day and age. And so Ahsoka may have just revealed who was narrating the entire Star Wars saga. So interesting article, but we'll get into sort of some implications of this. The latest episode of Star Wars spin-off Ahsoka might have retroactively changed the meaning of one of the franchise's signature traditions. Ever since the first Star Wars film, A New Hope, entries in the main Star Wars saga have always begun with an opening crawl, a block of text that scrolls upward across the screen, introducing the audience to the characters and situations they're about to witness. There's never been a canonical explanation for the crawls, with the fourth wall breaking device instead being a means of directly addressing the audience and providing necessary context. What do you mean canonical explanation? There's so many movies where you get a opening statement of some kind. What do you mean canonical explanation? Think of all the movies where you have like statistics at the beginning, like any kind of historical movie, they almost always put like a couple paragraphs of information of where you are in the historical timeline and context. So I don't understand why this even needs to be said. However, the latest episode of Ahsoka has prompted some fans to wonder whether there might be an in-universe reason for the crawls after all. Well, to give us context of what's going on, because the movies are set, you used to be in big gaps. Years of time. This is so like Star Wars. This is what it's come to now. We're trying to like make a big deal out of opening crawls. However, in episode 6 of the Disney Plus show titled Far, Far Away, Ahsoka Tano is seen talking to HUYANG, which is the droid, an ancient droid who formerly worked with the Jedi Order. HUYANG begins relaying a detailed account of history to Ahsoka, which he describes as a 3-part history of the galaxy. He begins the story with the phrase, "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away," the very same phrase that begins every film in Skywalker saga. Which, by the way, is kind of cheese, but whatever. Some fans quickly pointed out on social media this detail seems to imply that the opening crawls were written by HUYANG the entire time. And this is where I'm getting at here with this. What is with this fandom, man? Like, they hear one line from a stupid show that's actually kind of corny because, like Buddy says, it's a it's a droid in a galaxy far, far away saying "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." Like, why do fans do this? This seems to imply that the opening crawls were written by HUYANG the entire time. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. More than this, it could suggest that the entire Star Wars saga was in fact being narrated by the robot, by HUYANG. What? Of course it's not. The opening crawl was in Empire before HUYANG was even... I mean, how old was Dave Filoni when The Empire Strikes Back came out? 10? Like, what are you guys talking about? HUYANG didn't exist, so it is officially canon. So this is some guy says this on Twitter. So is it officially canon that HUYANG is the one who writes every opening crawl we've ever seen? That's my headcanon now anyway. What? New headcanon that the entirety of Star Wars is being told by HUYANG in a long time ago in the future in our galaxy, another wrote. Who are you? Like, what has happened to Star Wars fans? HUYANG saying the opening line in this teaser, plus the knowledge of where this series is likely headed, has me in the mindset that Dave Filoni's about to pull a Clone Wars and have HUYANG be the Star Wars narrator, as in the reason we have the opening crawls for the movies. Now, if HUYANG is indeed the narrator of the Star Wars films, at least he's a popular one. Okay, so here's the thing. This whole idea that Dave Filoni might pull a Clone Wars and have HUYANG be the person who... good God, it's a robot. Like... Whatever, be the character that wrote the opening crawls because he said one line. If that's true, I wouldn't put it past Filoni, because what this actually does is it actually pulls the importance and essence of C-3PO and R2-D2 away from them and onto HUYANG, right? So for the longest time, and George Lucas has said this, up until the sequels, I mean, C-3PO's through the sequels, I guess, as well. R2 kind of is, but through the first actual 6 Star Wars movies, we'll say, C-3PO and R2-D2 were always there, and they witnessed all this stuff, and they have all this stuff in their memory banks, and that was discussed in the films, and they were the historical context for a lot of it. You had the opening crawls, but as fans, we kind of saw C-3PO and R2-D2, as George Lucas has said, as really important because they were there. But now it's HUYANG that was there. So now HUYANG, if this ends up being true, and these stupid fans think they want it to be. They want it to be true. They want HUYANG to be the main droid that you think about when you watch Star Wars. And I wouldn't put it past Filoni because it's his character, and he's all about his own characters just being the best and big. He's trying to make Ahsoka the new Luke, all that other stuff we already know about. I wouldn't put it past him if this is true. It might be. And if it is going to diminish how Star Wars fans view R2-D2 and C-3PO by elevating this Huyang guy ahead of them who sort of knows all the stories and was already there. And that's the problem. That's the psychological play that the showrunners are trying to do with Star Wars, is they're slowly, and we've seen this with so many things, they're slowly trying to pull fans, and it's working with some fans, into a situation where the original trilogy characters and cast are no longer seen as sort of the pinnacle. It's these new characters, and we know that they did that with Rey. They had to diminish Luke. It's right in the Last Jedi making book. The story group decided, Filoni included, that it was a good idea to diminish Luke to elevate Rey to the audience. So they're playing a psychological game with the audience. Instead of just writing really good new characters that everybody falls in love with, they have to diminish existing characters. And so if this is true, this is what this would do. This would be an attempt to elevate Huyang above C-3PO and R2-D2. And the fans that say, "Oh, it'd be so awesome," they're just, I mean, these people are. You're even going to compare Rebels to the OT? It's just kind of dumb and kind of sad. So I just want to do a quick video about that, guys. You let me know what you think in the comments section. Is this where they're going to go? Is this where you think they're going to go? They're going to say, Dave Filoni's going to stand up in a press conference and say, "Oh yeah, Huyang wrote all the opening crawls," or is this just pie in the sky, just another stupid article just for content? And are these Star Wars fans just out of their minds? You let me know in the comment section. Thanks for listening, guys. As usual, please check out any of my other Star Wars content, any other content on my channel. And if you do like this content, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And thanks for listening and watching, and have a good day.